computer. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday Night Power Plan. It is the 20th. It is Thanksgiving week. So that is mainly what I want to really talk to you guys about tonight when we're doing our planning. You've heard me say it again or before, and I'm going to say it again. We are going to front load, front load, front load. Anytime you know, like, here's the thing, life has a way of sneaking up on you. But anytime you know that life is going to sneak up on you, if you are not prepared for that, that was your decision. So there are days where you can look at your calendar and you can just know, like, wow, Tuesday is going to be a mess. I better get it together before Tuesday. I'm telling you right now, pretty much from Wednesday night through Saturday afternoon, you better get it together before that hits. So the first thing I want to do, we had an auto ship run today. So I hope you were all prepared for that. I know we talked about it last Sunday. We do have one auto ship left for the month. We are currently right now in the middle of promo appreciation, promoter pack deals. We also had a customer, I don't think it was called appreciation, I'm drawing a blank, but there was also a customer promo that slipped out there for free shipping. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but I want to make sure we don't lose sight of the fact that we have the auto ship coming up. The auto ship would fall on the 25th, which is the day after Thanksgiving. Has anyone, I don't have that auto ship, like me personally. So has anyone gotten an email of any kind saying, hey, it's going to run on the 23rd? Anyone know? Okay. So keep your eyes out for that because, you know, sometimes if it's going to fall on a holiday, and I don't know, maybe they're just going to have Thanksgiving off and be back on Friday, but if they also are going to have Friday off, I haven't, but I told them. Okay. So Lindsay said she hasn't gotten an email, but she has told her peeps the 22nd. So she's even doubly prepared. And I agree with that. I feel like we just need to, again, front load and be ahead of the game. So let's start real quick with our rate of run, and then we'll dive into our auto ships. So for your rate of run, you're going to get logged into the cloud. And for those of you that have never done rate of run with us before, we are just going to go through a process of finding out what your daily average of volume has been up to this point. And then we're going to use that number to project what you could end the month at. So from your very front main page there, when you first log in, you're going to scroll down until you see where it says business dashboard. Below that, it says business snapshot. Click that gray bar. It has a little arrow. So you're going to drop that down. Now you're going to see green, orange, gray. Below all of that, where it says qualifications, look for the current QV. That is the current dollar amount that you and your team have done up to today. So you're going to take that dollar amount and you're going to divide it by 20 because today is the 20th of the month. So again, we're just trying to find your daily average. Oh, I clearly hit some wrong buttons. Hang on a second. Divided by, I have a feeling I think I multiplied mine a second ago because the number was awesome. Okay, so now you're looking at a much smaller number. That is your daily average. If you continue to do the average, you and your team that you've been doing through the end of the month, you're going to now take that daily average, that smaller number, and multiply it by 30. That's going to show you where you are projected to end the month at. Some of you are going to look at that number and be like, holy cow, I'm excited. Some of you are going to look at that number and be like, holy cow, I am not at all excited. And here's the thing, as opposed to when we have this conversation early in the month, you're down to the last 10 days. So if you don't like the number you're looking at, it is time to get jiggy. And it's already more time to get jiggy anyway because Thanksgiving is coming. So rate of run is just a great exercise to put yourself through at least weekly, if not daily, so that you know where your business is. I know some people get worried because they don't want to obsess about the numbers, and I get that. But at the same time, for those of you that are doing this as a full-time job, if you're in business, you need to know your numbers, right? So that is the best way I know of to know what you've accomplished and where you're headed so that you can make the tweaks necessary. Now, keeping in mind that we have that auto ship coming up on the 20-something, 22nd, 23rd, who knows? I want you to go back into your cloud. This time you're going to actually go to the drop-down menu, though. You need all your options. So go to where you see my team, scroll down to my customers. Now, at the very top there, where it says customer number, customer name, email, scroll all the way to the right until you see the very last box that says next auto ship. Click that box twice. It's going to populate by date. So you want to look for anybody with an 11/25 auto ship. And when you find those names, sorry, I blacked out for a second. When you find those names, you're going to want to write them down. I would maybe even start reaching out tonight. For sure, reach out to these people by tomorrow morning. And again, when I do reach outs, I don't like to wait to the last minute where I'm like, oh, hey, shoot, I'm sorry, Lisa, I forgot to tell you, but your auto ship's coming out tomorrow. Are you ready? You know, blah, blah. Like you just panic when you're in that moment. So I prefer to know who I need to talk to. I need to look at their Instagram or their Facebook or look back at our last messages that we had and then follow up that way. So if a month or so ago, I think I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. Ohio. If a month ago we had a conversation, they were super excited because they were going to try salted caramel for the first time. And maybe we haven't talked to them since, right? It's very easy for a month to go by. Maybe you mailed them something or maybe you commented on a photo, but did you ask them about their salted caramel? So maybe you're going to find an old message and pick back up where you left off. Or maybe you're going to look and see that they already started their Thanksgiving celebration this weekend, or maybe they have some kids in Pee Wee football that are going to the Super Bowl. I'm just like literally trying to think of what I saw on my Facebook. Start the conversation. How was your weekend? If you live anywhere near me, you can talk to anybody about the weather because this sucks up here right now. This is ridiculously cold for November. And so, you know, hey, did you stay inside all weekend or did you have to get out? Like, what did you have to do? So get a conversation started because it's in those moments when you're talking about their life that they are going to tell you what they need. If somebody says, no, we had a crazy busy weekend, I couldn't stay inside. I'm super worried because these kids just keep getting sick and I'm just so afraid I'm going to get it. How many products do we sell that can help people with their immune system? A whole catalog full, right? So now could be the time. Hey, you know what? If everyone around you is getting sick, why don't we add on, you name it, balance, blast, recharge, whatever the heck you want to mention, whatever your favorite one is. Let's add that onto your auto ship. Or maybe they say something like, I am so stressed out. I cannot believe it's already time for Thanksgiving. And, so-and-so's coming in and the house is not clean, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I think this is the time we need to switch out your DFT to the black label. Like that's how you can have those conversations very naturally. And it's less about their auto ship and more about them. So please always keep that in mind when you're talking to customers. As much as I say, let's start with our rate of run and do the numbers. Your numbers only exist because you're dealing with humans who have human conditions that you can help. So always, always, always keep that in mind. One second. Okay. All right. So moving forward, I'm going to just say there's probably going to be some sort of promotion from corporate, but I don't actually know what it is. And oh, look at the baby with Lindsay. I'm so distracted now. What a cutie. I'm not saying, I don't know, I'm not saying this to be like ungrateful for corporate promos, but they're not always what you need, right? Like maybe they throw out something and it's a $200 minimum and you've been talking to somebody and you're just trying to get them on the freaking capsules, right? Like maybe that is not what you're looking at in the moment, or maybe they're doing the promoter appreciation and you're really looking for customers, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's not always what you maybe need. What do you need? You just looked at your rate of run. What do you need? What does your business need? If you need new thrivers and you are like, I'm sitting on some DFTs or I'm sitting on some credits, what kind of promo could you come up with to fill what you need? Don't always look for corporate to fix your business. They are amazing. They do there are sometimes, honest to goodness, where there are so many promos that I get confused. I have to like print them out or like put my sheet up here by my computer because I get confused. And the times I'm probably the most confused is when they're running a promo that isn't really fitting my business in the moment, right? So always think first and foremost, what do you need? Do you need your team to get their crud together and get moving? Do you need a new customer yourself? Do you need a new promoter yourself? Again, look at what you need and then look at what you have to offer. And then figure out a promo. You guys, canva.com is free. You have no reason you can't be whipping up some sort of graphic with some sort of promo. But I will also tell you that while I do love graphics, there is nothing quite like a message. Just some words in a text or in Messenger or your voice. Hey, I know you've been thinking of Thrive or starting to thrive, and I've actually got a deal that I think is going to help you. Do you want the details? Or, hey, I know you've been wanting to start, and guess what? I just scored some free DFTs, which means now all we have to order you are the capsules and the shake. Are you ready? That is actually going to go farther for you than I think personally, that's going to go farther for you than a graphic. Now, if you're wanting to cast a big wide net, then yeah, you can make a graphic, put your pretty face on it, smile, make it personal to you, and then put that out there as a post. But like I said, we're down to 10 days. So if you're like, wow, I need XYZ, pick it up and get into Messenger, get into text. That's where it's going to happen. And it's just, it does, you don't have to like, okay, I got 10 DFTs and this would save it. But you don't need all that. Just, I know you're ready to get started. I have a way I think I can help you. Do you want to know? Because here's the thing, when they say, yeah, they want to know, now you have their attention. If they don't say they don't want to know, then guess what? That's your cue to keep moving and go find somebody that does. Too many people will sit around and hope for Sally. They want Sally so bad to become the thriver. Sally don't care. But Jane down the street is dying for an answer for her problems, and it's you, but you haven't talked to her, right? So just keep asking. And if they're interested, they'll let you know, and then you can get into the details of it. The beauty of that also is maybe you've got 3 packs of DFT, a box of, or a bottle of Sculpt, and I don't know, a shaker bottle that you found at TJ Maxx. I don't know. You got some random stuff on your shelf, right? If you've been around long enough, you've got some random stuff on your shelf. So maybe the first person that you say, are you interested? They say yes. And you're like, hey, I got a box of free DFTs. And before you know it, those are gone. But then the next person, you're like, you know what? I have a shaker bottle and a free bottle of Sculpt. You can literally just keep creating a promo as it happens. You don't have to just stick with what you thought, right? You can keep creating it to customize it for your, like, you guys, you got to be scrappy. Like that's how I look at it. You got to be scrappy. You got to be on your feet and ready to go if you're going to be in business. So you want to help somebody, but you also need to be helping yourself. So figure out what you have and what you need. That was not even on my plan. I'm not really sure where that came from. Okay. So moving forward for this week, like I was talking about when we first got started, in case you missed it, it is going to be Thanksgiving, which means a lot of people are going to start zoning out real quick. I know for a fact my nephews don't go to school at all this week. So I already know that my sister and all the other Clinton Massey moms are like, oh my God, the kids are home already, like blah, blah, blah. So you have to remember where your customers are and what they're doing, and you got to get their attention, right? You got to go where the attention's at. So if you have and so maybe you are older, or maybe you are younger, and so maybe you have friends that are having babies, maybe you have friends who are empty nesters. Think, where are my customers at? If you have empty nesters, maybe they're getting ready to receive a lot of family in, or maybe they're going to pack up and travel. If you have people with babies, there might be some people, I know around here, it's like a big thing. I don't know if it is everywhere else, but RSV is like running amok with babies. And so people are like literally locking their babies up right now. Start these conversations with people. Hey, I was thinking about you. I know you just had, I don't know, Sally. I can never think of any other name but Sally. It just is what it is. Okay. You just had little baby Sally. Are you guys going to be going out and visiting family? Like, just get conversations started with these people. Or, hey, I know the kids are off this week. What are you going to do to keep them busy? Because remember, yes, we're selling a product, but we're selling it to humans. So find out from you humans what's going on in the world. If you're hoping that your neighbor down the street's ready to thrive, but you know nothing about her life, then you don't really even know if she needs thrive, right? So get to know people. So when you're doing your reach outs this week, please, for the love of Pete, do not post and pray, because social media is going to be a hotbed of activity. There's going to be Black Friday sales everywhere, pre-Black Friday sales. There's a ton of family pictures I keep noticing popping up. There was some dances over the weekend. I mean, you name it, it's on social media right now. So you are going to have magic if you hit Messenger. If you are posting and praying, may Jesus be near, because I don't really know exactly how your post is going to make it to the top. Okay. But I do know how to make sure that the post that you do make is seen by the people you want it to see. You talk to them in Messenger first. You work with Facebook. If Facebook wants to know, are you friends? Are you talking? Do you really like each other? If you are just posting and you're not actually communicating with this person, Facebook is not, I mean, how many thousands of people are you allowed to be friends with? 5,000? But I bet you see the same 30 to 60 people over and over and over. You purposely have got to get into your friends list and talk to people you don't see on your Facebook. Send them a message. So what I like to do, I guess instead of talking, I should tell you. What I like to do is I like to get into, I do this a couple different ways. You can either go into Messenger and like get ready to, so up at the top where I want to search, I just type in A, right? And so now all these people with an A have popped up for me. First girl, talk to her a lot. Second girl, I talk to her. The third girl, I talk to all the time. Scroll, just keep scrolling. I'm down here at number 12. I'm embarrassed to tell you, I didn't even know she was still on Facebook, right? Those are the people who I want to send a message to. Now, for the girl who I didn't even know was still on Facebook, it's going to be really weird if I'm like, hey, girl, how was your weekend? Right? Because I don't know how her weekend was. I'm going to click her little face. I'm going to go look at her profile. I'm going to peek around and see what's going on in her life. And then I'm going to shoot her some sort of a message. Hey, I just saw you did XYZ over the weekend, or hey, I just saw you guys were traveling. Are you going to be gone for the holidays, or are you going to be selling? Whatever. I have no idea. I'm making all this up because there's a million scenarios that can happen on Facebook. But I will go into Messenger and do it that way to try to find people I haven't talked to. And then there's the almighty friends list, you guys. You just want to go into your Facebook friends list. My tip when it comes to Facebook friends and trying to reach out and talk to people and I don't know if this is Apple Android thing, if it's a phone versus a PC thing. I am more successful if I go into my PC and pull up my friends list. And as I'm scrolling through and I find the person who I want to send the message to, I right click on their face and I open them up in a new tab. And then I keep going and I open someone else in a new tab. And I get the 10 or the 20 or how many people I want to send a message to. I open them all up in different tabs. And then that way, when I'm ready to start doing my messages, I just click on the tab. It's just Lisa. And I just see what Lisa's got going on directly from there. After I've got some information, I can click message Lisa, chit chat, close. Go to the next tab. It's Sandra. I can peek and see what Sandra's doing. Send Sandra a message, chit chat, close, and keep moving on. I find when I do it from my phone, you got to go back and forth, and it's very annoying. And I can start to scroll. I can get lost. I can forget who I was trying to look for. So for me, that is such a time saver. Now, if you don't have the option of a PC, then obviously dive into your phone. But again, I just think if you go to the friends, and when you're like searching your friends, I would still just be like or the letter A, and then just start trying to find people I haven't talked to. And then B. Charlene says, I do this, but only one person at a time. I'll have to start opening a new tab. Charlene, yes, try it, because I really think it makes it so much easier. And here's the thing too. So let's say you open 20 tabs and you get 4 or 5 done and you've got to go change the laundry. You can come back, hit a couple tabs, and you got to go pick up the kids. Come back, hit a couple tabs. Like your tabs are open. So it's almost like having an appointment on your calendar. You know who you're going to talk to during the day. So that's just one way I like to do it. I think it's very helpful. And again, because we are all going to be diving into this time where we want to be productive, but we're also going to be really busy. To me, having those tabs open. Here's the other thing too. If I come back to my computer and I'm like, I'm going to go to Amazon. So no, because I'll see all those tabs. I'm like, oh, can't do that yet. I got to talk to these tabs that I already opened, right? So that's just a little trick for my little ADHD brain. If it works for you, steal it. Okay, so we're getting close here for time. I want to just go over really quickly. We do not have a book club, right? We finished book club last week. Tuesday nights, we have a Thrive experience that Samantha Cox has been hosting. She's actually, I think, going to move that to noon. We're trying some different times to see like if we can get more participation, because we all keep referencing back to the mashup Mondays at 12:30 on Mondays, and it has a bunch of people on there. So she's going to try it Tuesdays, I think at 12 or 12:30, I forget, but she'll post it. And then for right now, I'm going to stick with my Wi-Fi Wealths at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. I don't know. I'm going to stick with that through the month of November. And if we need to change it up in December, we will. For all of you that are following along or keeping track. Oh, Susan says, my Girl on Fire book series just came in. I can't wait to start it tomorrow. The last 2 books of the year. Yes. Girl on Fire is such a good book. Such a good book. You know what? Girl on Fire actually kind of spoiled me, because I started reading it, and I don't read books, like true books, very well. Like I can listen to books all day, but I could read it. Like I could read it and I could get into it. And I was like flying through it, and I could do a chapter. I mean, I could just every day, and I had it done before I knew it. So I was like, wait, I'm a reader. I am a reader now. And so then I picked up, I started trying to read a couple other books. I'm not a reader. I'm still not a reader. I am a Girl on Fire reader, but I am not a regular reader. Okay. So let me dive into the next 7 days, right? So for those of you that are participating in like the daily challenges that we're posting, today is your setup Sunday. So go to your team page and look. You are supposed to comment below one thing that you're committed to do this week in your business. I'm going to have to put on my glasses. On Monday, it's Mailbox Monday. You're going to make a story about samples about getting samples out and be creative. So remember, your story could be you packing a box of samples. It could be you talking about samples as you're walking into the post office. It could be, if Lacey was on here, it would be probably some super cute little story with her, I don't know, Santa Claus poly mailers. Like the girl has the cutest packaging I've ever seen. So you can do with it whatever you want, but tomorrow you are going to talk about samples. You're going to talk about the fact that you have them, you've got them ready to mail. And here's the thing, maybe you're not actually going to mail them. Maybe you're going to mail them from the back office. It don't matter. We're still going to talk about them, right? We're still going to share with people. We have samples to give. If you charge for yours, say so. If you give them for free, say so. I don't care how you do it. We just need to make sure you're doing it. On Tuesday, it's the alphabet challenge. So just how I was telling you, like I will go into Messenger or I'll go search my friends and type in a letter. On this Tuesday, you're just going to type in the letter L. Anybody that has a name that starts with their first or last name starts with L, you can send them at least 5 people. Right there's your 5 reach outs for the day. So that's on Tuesday. Wednesday is when you're going to go into your customer group. So there's several customer groups depending on what downline you're in. So don't overthink this. Go to your customer group, find 3 posts in that customer group and comment on them. You guys, the reason we do that is to keep the customer groups active. There's nothing worse than like a new customer getting added to a page and like there's nothing going on, right? And we can't really ask customers to participate in a page if we're not participating in a page. So you're just going to go in and find 3 posts that sometimes I'm strategic and I try to go find a post that just like it was really good, but for whatever reason, when it got posted, it didn't get any action. Or maybe I'll try to find one that's about, maybe there's a post that exists right now about taking care of yourself during chaotic times. I'll go try to find that one and boost that one to the top again. We don't really care which one you pick, just pick 3. And you don't, if you have to, because of time, go ahead and do all 3 at once. But if you would like to do one morning, noon, and night to kind of keep stuff fresh, that would be good too. But again, if it's not your full-time job and you're like, listen, I'm just proud I got logged in today, do all 3 at once. On Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, your alphabet challenge is the letter M. Yes, I did just say you had a challenge on a holiday. It'll be all right. It's going to take you 2 minutes to message 5 people that have the letter M in their name. And guess what, you guys? It is literally the easiest message you're going to have to send. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you celebrating? Don't overthink it. And don't be like bitter because I told you to do something that benefits you on a holiday. I will be with family. I will be having an amazing time with family, but that doesn't mean I can't send 5 happy Thanksgivings to people that start with an M that I haven't talked to in a while, right? Think long-term goals. If those 5 messages on a holiday are what project you into 12K, I feel like you'll be all right with the fact that you missed a couple minutes of the holiday. On Friday, it's going to be Flex Friday. So this one, again, you're going to go into your customer page and you're going to comment. Somebody is in charge of, flexing on Friday in your customer page. You're going to go in and comment your Flex Friday. The beauty of this is you've taken your Flex Friday picture, you've boosted your customer page with it, and now you have your Flex Friday picture. So you can share it on your own page, or as you see other Thrivers, you can boost their post. This is one of those that I don't do a Flex Friday every single Friday myself, but I damn sure make sure I have a Flex Friday picture ready to share on other people's. So if someone tags me in it, or if I'm scrolling through and I see it, I will comment. Because again, the more of us that are talking about Thrive, the more FOMO that's out there. So you want to support each other through it. And don't forget my trick. You don't have to take the picture on Friday. If you look cute Monday, snap a photo. If you look cute Saturday, snap a photo, flexing, and then just save them in your phone. I mean, I could literally use the same Flex Friday once a month and no one would know. Yes, easiest flex, Black Friday. That's Lindsay. So yeah, I do agree with that. And then Saturday is Saturday Shenanigans. So that's when you're going to go live in your stories and you're just going to show up and like talk about something that's part of your 5s. And again, that's Small Business Saturday. All of you have a small business, your Thrive business. A lot of you will be with family. A lot of people will be doing the big swap-a-rooney for, to hell with the turkeys. It's on to Christmas, right? Like there's going to be so much stuff going on Saturday. It'll be super easy for you to get on. So remember, when we say go live in your stories, we are talking about where you're holding the phone and you're facing it and you're talking to it and you're using your voice, because your voice is the most powerful tool you have. Back to my whole, like, I love Canva. Yes, I love if somebody can make a beautiful graphic. That's wonderful. But can they talk? because talking beats a million graphics any day. So use your voice, use your face. And remember, it's okay. You don't have to be a freaking model. It's all right. People like to see real people. So if your hair's a mess, hello, look at me now. It's okay. Talk in your stories. Be you, because somebody out there needs the you that you are. I wish I had written this down. I just heard it this morning. The girl, so you guys all know I love that Stormy Wellington, and I know she's not for everybody. I know that, but she is for me. When she talks, I listen. And so she said something even today about how for a while, the longest time she kept thinking, oh, I need to talk more like this person or that person, or because she was seeing people in her company succeed and they were maybe a little more polished than she was, or maybe they were a little more quiet. And her business didn't really take off until she was like, you know what, this is me. I was raised this way. This is how I speak. I know sometimes what I say people don't understand, or they don't like how I say it. That's not my people. So that is why talking in your stories is so important. That's how you're truly going to find your people. If you're constantly copying someone else's story, or you're only sharing graphics in your story, you are missing the opportunity. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I will sit and watch people's stories. I knew Lindsay had a baby in her house because I saw it on her story earlier, right? Like I already knew that. But if so, let's say she hadn't shared that, you might think that Lindsay was, I don't know, reading a book or sitting watching football. I don't know what you would think, but now I know what she's doing because I not only saw it, I heard her, right? And so then you feel more connected. And if you want people to feel connected to you, you got to share with them what you're doing. And Lisa, you started a story, and that's when Tom spilled his iced tea. So, but it was, you got your tree up or something's up, right? Okay, yeah. And so see, I was even excited to see that because I was like, oh, Lisa's got some Christmas stuff up. So again, I just feel more connected to her because she was telling me about it. Just think about it. I actually today, just to try, instead of talking about this new Christmas blanket I got, I took a picture of it, but I purposely took the picture to where you can kind of see the living room because I'm a sucker. I love to look at people's. You can do a selfie all you want. I am looking in the mirror behind you to see what kind of pillows you got, what room are you in, and sure enough, that's a picture. But I have gotten so many comments about, where's that clock from? Oh my God, I love the couch. Are those the flowers you got yesterday? Like people freaking notice. So anyway, just share what you're comfortable with sharing, but share as much as possible. Okay. Before I go really quick, I will encourage you that before you close your eyes tonight, to take a blank sheet of paper, write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tell yourself right now what your post is going to be about on Monday, what your reel is going to be about on Monday, what your story is going to be about on Monday. Write it down. Do it for every day this week. And you can be super specific if you want, or you could be super general. It could be Motivation Monday, or you might say it's Mailbox Monday. Whatever you're going to do, because here's the thing, you guys, it's the holidays. If you don't tell yourself what you need to do and you don't have something you can check it off by, and some of you are like, well, I'm going to write down Monday, but you're not going to write down the rest of the week because you think on Monday you're going to write down Tuesday. And you think on Tuesday you're going to figure out Wednesday. I'm telling you right now, write this down before you go to bed at night. Give yourself some sort of structure. Some of you are super amazing, and you're going to be like, okay, so for Monday, I'm going to have this paper laid out, and these are the samples I'm going to show. And okay, cool, great, good. Mine's going to say Mailbox Monday. That's all I need. I just need a direction to go in. Some of you need details. You do what works for you, but do it now, because I can promise you, if you're going to wait till Monday to write down Tuesday and Tuesday to write down Wednesday, it is not going to happen. You're going to be busy, and then you're going to be panicking on Tuesday because you don't know what to post about. So you're going to start looking at other people's posts, right? Have you all been there when you didn't plan out what to do, and then you're like looking at someone else's posts? You're like, I'm gonna go look at one of the millionaires on the team and see what they posted about today, and I'm gonna copy it and share it. I'm gonna don't post what's important to you, and think about it right now while you have that breathing room to think. What am I going to talk about Monday? What am I going to talk about Tuesday? What am I going to talk about Wednesday? Right? All right, that's it. Happy planning. See you guys next Sunday.